Okay, time's up. Time is up. Now, who thinks they've got a good story?
Can you imagine walking into a hotel room? You open the door and you see a waterbed, a jacuzzi in the middle of the room, strewn with fresh, bright red rose petals, with a bright skylight hovering on top of the jacuzzi. In front of the jacuzzi is a one-way glass where you can see the beach and the sea, and swaying coconut trees, and no one can see you inside, making you feel so safe and comfortable. As you and your favorite partner dip into the warm water of the jacuzzi, you feel the water moving all the way up your legs to your chest. As you lay back, relax, and let the warm water melt away all your tension. How does that feel? Is that relaxing?
Ask them.
I did.
She's asking you.
I'm asking.
No, ask them. Get a response.
Is that relaxing? Yes. As you relax, the fragrance of the rose petals gently dance into your nostrils. You close your eyes to relax, and you hear the soft sound of the waves gently licking the shore just outside your suite. And then suddenly you hear a pop, and you turn in surprise, and you see your partner pouring you a Dom Perignon champagne. Especially for you, as your glasses cling together and you look deeply into each other's eyes, you know that this is the most perfect, most beautiful, and safest place in the world. Would this be the kind of holiday that you like to experience? Yes. It would, wouldn't it be? Thank you.
Well done, mate. I'm going to give you $50 for that.
Oh, thank you.
Good job, good job. Let's have Mr. Martin.
Okay, just imagine the scene. You've just got back to your suite. The sun's losing some of its energy and it's slowly sinking below the horizon. And the whole evening is before you. You spent the whole day windsurfing, snorkeling, swimming, so you've got a few aches and pains. How would you feel when you just stroll into that fantastically spacious bathroom and it's open at the front, so you can see right the way down to the sea, and you can actually see the sun continuing its role in setting below the horizon while you lie back in the jacuzzi. Now, of course, the jacuzzi is big enough for two, so you don't even have to worry about the water getting cold. In fact, the only thing you need to worry about staying cold is the champagne. And of course, you can both enjoy that while you watch the sun continuing to set. Wouldn't it be wonderful to feel those deliciously refreshing and expensive bubbles sliding down the back of your throat? And to smell the fragrant Balinese herbs, which somebody's placed gently into the water. The herbal aromas just play on your senses. You can console yourself with the fact that actually you deserve this because you've just been building a very successful business. So it's time to reward yourself. The only sounds you can now hear are the crashing of the waves onto the beach and the bubbles from the jacuzzi as they gradually massage away all your aches and pains. What a wonderful way to celebrate the success you've had. You're on a journey towards financial independence. You can think to yourself, well, I deserve this. And actually, you can hardly contain your excitement because you know that you can actually go back and talk to the people that you've been working with, and you can encourage them to have the opportunity to enjoy the same experience that you're enjoying now. Is that the sort of holiday that you'd feel you'd enjoy if you got the opportunity?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, now the evening's just beginning. So the bubbles can make way for the rose petals on the bed. Okay? That's where it's got to stop. Otherwise, I'm going to get arrested.
Nice. My comments would be on that. You need to be a little bit more sensual. Touch the senses a little bit more. So like the water enveloping the legs and all around, and you're smelling the steam from the jacuzzi, and it's making you all kind of fresh and excited, but also relaxed at the same time. Talk about more what it feels like, smelling, tasting, sounding, that kind of thing. But very good, very good. Another volunteer. We have a very keen person at the back.
Are you ready? Are you Mark?
Oh yes, I was born ready, sir.
You have 2 glasses of cold, fresh, tropical fruit juices brought to your room. You place both tall glasses at one corner of the jacuzzi. The shiny stainless steel tap is turned on to warm temperature, and while waiting for the beige tub to be filled up slowly, both you and your partner are being massaged by a well-trained masseur, whose hands are smooth as silk. The whole room is filled with aroma of scented lavender oil. You could feel that your body is relieved of all the stress, from the head down to your neck, moving down to your back, and finally leaving through the tip of your toes. All these times, the windows are left open with the curtain half drawn, gentle breeze blowing from the sea. With your eyes closed, you could smell the sea breeze so fresh, blended with the aroma of soothing lavender. You could hear from a distance the sound of water rushing to the shore, crushing itself again and again. As you and your partner raise your heads, you catch a moment of the last rays of sunlight shining through the orange sky. Just as the masseurs are ending the session, both of you see the sun going down at the far horizon. Jacuzzi by now is filled up with water, and you could see the bubbling steam above the water. You and your partner are left to your own privacy. As you enter the tub, you could feel the warm water touching your skin, from your toes going up to your knees. While you are submerging your bodies into the water and surrendering all your cares away, you reach up for the tall glasses and handed one to your partner. The cold, tangy tropical juice is so refreshing. It makes you think of all the best fruit juices you ever had. You stay in the jacuzzi for some time, soaking with the most beautiful person in your eyes.
Sulking or soaking?
Soaking.
Okay.
Enjoying moments of silence. After having slipped into the warm, white, crisp bathrobes, both of you proceed to the bedroom.
Nice, nice.
Before, during, after. That's what it is. Okay. Now this is for a honeymoon couple that has said that they want a holiday. Okay. Just imagine yourself getting out of your room, it's a very cozy room, and you look out these tall French windows, and it's so inviting. A garden that is calling out to you, and you remove your footwear, and you're walking there. Wow. Is it grass or is it silk? Wow, but it just feels so good. And hand in hand, as you go, eyes locked together, walking into the beautiful sunset to the outdoor jacuzzi. Suddenly, but quietly, this butler appears out of nowhere. And he says, would you... Would you like to try the jacuzzi for you, Mom? No.
I'm a gay butler, sorry.
So, would you like to try the jacuzzi?
Would you like to try the jacuzzi, ma'am?
Why not?
Okay. Would you like me to turn the water on for you, ma'am?
It's already on.
Would you like it warm or slightly warmer?
This butler is very good. He knew we will need it. He has already anticipated and has already filled up. And he said, I'll get you the necessary items. And we were wondering, what items do we need? But it's okay. And we walked to the jacuzzi, and she removed...
Imagine dipping your toes into the water and feeling the warmth of the water creep up your whole body, and as you get deeper in it. The butler comes back with strawberries and ice cream. And your husband, your newlywed husband, takes one of the red, juicy strawberries, dips it in the ice cream, and tantalizes your senses with it. You bite into it and melt into his arms as you feel the foam of the bubbles against your skin and hear the light crackling of the foam and smell the aroma of the lavender oils that are in the water. There's laughter in your ears, love in the air, and sheer happiness in your eyes.
And of course, by now, your hands can move anywhere. The water is getting to you. It's getting warm, and you know what warm water does to you? All right, it makes you a bit woozy, you know, and you feel, is this heaven, or is this just Pali? All right, and you're wondering, but just before, and as you go relaxing, deeper and deeper and deeper, not the hands, just the warmth of the water. And as you said, okay, then you know it's time. After half an hour of this beautiful warm water, and you think, we better get and see where we need to go for dinner. And when you
need to eat something.
You're getting hungry. You're getting hungry by now.
Makan!
All right. And as you get out and you think, oh, let's just have a look at the beach. And there you are, hand in hand again. As you go to the beach, voila, this butler that you think you have a quick thought. I need to bring him home. I need to bring this butler home. Because right there, just in front of the beach, is this beautiful sofa with all the petals on it, 2 silk sarongs on them, and a silk quilt. So all you gotta do is, you don't need any imaginations. You just.
She wants a silk guy.
Sarong. You just help each other out of your costumes. I mean, of your swimming costume, wet one. Put in the silk one. And then, as you're lying there, just looking at it, just imagine the night, the water going shh, 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 shh. And the rest is censored. Is this the kind of holiday that you will expect to go to?
That would be a holiday that I would love to go to, including the silk.
The butler will provide all the...
You deserve to have $50 each for that fantastic story.
Thank you.
Present together.
Can you read my writing? Unfortunately, we weren't prepared to do
Go on. If you're going to do something, do it with somebody else. That's all I say.
Okay, you're feeling happy because it's your anniversary and you surprised your spouse with a trip to Bali. You arrive in your hotel room after a comfortable 3-hour flight, so looking forward to relaxing and unwinding with each other. The first thing you do is pick up the beautiful leather-bound room service menu. As you glance down the list of amazing assortments of dishes and beverages, you feel so spoilt for choice. You finally choose a nice evening dinner with some mouth-watering strawberry fondue as your dessert and a nice full-bodied wine to ease yourself into the night. And as soon as you're done making your order with the friendly, courteous and warm staff at the hotel who make you feel so at home, you then walk towards the bathroom. You pass by the bed with crisp white bed linen, with rose petals strewn all over it in the shape of a heart. You pause in amazement and feel yourself gasp when you realize that the jacuzzi has an open view of the sea and it's almost sunset. And you see the glimmer of light, sunny rays in the ocean reflecting every subtle ripple. You walk on over to turn on the jacuzzi and you step on relaxing gravel pathway, the tiny stones tickling your feet, and when the water is ready, you both get in and enjoy the rising feel of the nice warm water on your skin. You feel all your muscles relax and the tension of the week melt away. And in that moment, with the soft, sensuous scent of Balinese incense tickling your nose, and soothing sexy jazz music playing in the background, you glance into each other's eyes and fall in love all over again. You both hold hands and watch the sunset, and then you realize you're both hungry. So you climb out of the jacuzzi and grab the warm fluffy towel, so soft to touch, and dry each other off. And that's when the doorbell rings. And the butler has arrived with a silver platter with 2 crystal glasses and your fondue and wine. And you both settle down for a sunset dinner. And the first thing you decide to taste is the juicy, sweet, rich flavor of strawberry.
Now, the first thing she tastes is the juicy sweet something.
Juicy, sweet, rich flavor of strawberries dripping.
This is a very
in
phallic
chocolate.
story, you know that, right?
Of course, honey.
Yeah.
And you really feel that you're both the luckiest couple on earth. Does this sound like an escape you would love to indulge yourselves in after working hard all year long? Yes. You would, wouldn't it? And you deserve it.
Very good. Makes a difference, yes? Yes. So how many are going to start using these stories in your presentations? Rita? Dalton? Mark? Yes. Constant? Yes? Okay, so let's come back to the rules of sizzling. There are 5 rules. What's the rule number 1? No, rule number 1 of sizzling is find their primary interest. Yeah. Okay, if I gave you $1 million to spend on the holiday of your dreams, Lisa, you can only spend it on one holiday. What would that holiday have to be the best holiday you've ever had? And you had $1 million to spend on it.
A beach holiday. Pack in together with surfing, the day at beach. Okay. It's going to be a spa. Personal butler.
Personal butler?
Yeah. Top-notch restaurants. For me to wine and dine with my partner. Probably add in a bungee jumping. Bungee jump.
Bungee jumping with the butler or without the butler?
With the rope, without the rope.
When we go on a holiday with him, wouldn't last very long.
To give the adrenaline rush, right? Give that excitement. Probably take a hot air balloon. $1 million.
Anything else you do?
Go shopping.
What kind of shopping would you do?
Precious to me, like gemstones,
Buy some jewellery.
jewelry.
Yes. What kind of jewellery would you buy? So what am I doing now? Engaging, asking questions about her hotspots. Right? I'm finding out her dominant buying motives right now. I've given her $1 million, which takes away the limitation of money. People don't tell you the dreams because they don't think they can afford it. Right? So you have to take away the limitation of money. Now, how would you feel if you could take a holiday like that every year?
It would be fantastic.
Right. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Are you able to do that right now?
I can, but I need to plan.
Okay. Are you able to give up work and take a holiday like that? For every year of your life?
Yes, I can.
For 12 months a year?
Not 12 months in a year, but once a year.
Would you rather be on holiday 1 week a year or 12 months a year? It doesn't have to be a holiday. It can be something that you're doing because you don't have to go to work.
So I can probably transport my desk onto the beach and work on the beach.
Would you like to work from the beach?
Yes, I would love that.
How much would you love that?
Beyond words, beyond. Because
So when do you think you could achieve that?
once I reach
In what you're doing presently?
right now. I can't do that right now
Why not?
because I'm stuck to my desk.
So if I could show you a way today where you could achieve that, we could live on a beach, didn't have a boss, do whatever you wanted to do, would that be something that you'd like to do as a lifestyle?
I would. If you could share with me the secrets to it.
Well, you can have your desk in a beach house. Would you like a beach house?
You know, I don't mind it being in open air.
What if it was raining though?
It doesn't matter.
The computer's going to get wet, right?
Then I have my butler.
Well, you can have the choice. You can have the beach house and you can have the outside. Work from outside, you can work from inside. Then you can have a butler in the beach house providing service for you any time you want it. You can have a beautiful villa on the beach, beautiful surroundings, beautiful trees swaying, sunset anytime you want it. You can work from the beach. When you don't want to work, you can relax, can't you? Right. So if you could find a lifestyle like that that would give you that kind of lifestyle for the rest of your life, when would you want to do it?
Immediately.
So are we getting somewhere? Yes. Right, so now we've found a dominant buying motive. Okay? Then we need to do what? No, try and close. What you can do now is reassure her. You've got to reassure Lisa that Revelation can deliver that dream. Because guys, we're in the dream business here.
Yes.
Right? We create dreams and we live them. That's why it's called living the dream. Right? So then we've got to show Lisa 10 what? 10 testimonials of what?
People who have successful.
Right, then you've got to show 10 beach what?
Results.
Right, that's what you've got to do to get her interested and show them that we can deliver what she wants. Then you've got to do what? Step 3. Financial. You've got to prove to Lisa that she can earn the kind of income she needs to do that, and also that those results are dead cheap when she's in the business. Does that make sense? Yes or no, everybody? So that's why you need to have super success videos of all the agents on the web. If you don't have that, you can't do it, guys. Right? You need written testimonials. You need all these things to happen. So you can share stories of Rita's BMW, of Sharifa's new condo, of whatever agent has benefited from it. Okay? For your information, Clement, who has a few shares in Max Generation, but he only gets paid commission, he doesn't get a salary. He's made so much money that he actually owns property in China now. He owns 10 properties in China. Pretty cool, yes? Yes. Right. So that's the kind of thing you can do with this business. So you've got to share those stories, you've got to share the lifestyle, and then you've got to prove your claims with financial logic, show the income other people are making. This is what you've got to do. Then lastly, you've got to try and close them. Everybody with me on this so far? Because you have to master how to do that, because that is what sets you apart in this business or any other business. It makes a lot of money when you're able to execute that strategy. Okay? So what have we learned today?
How to sizzle.
How to sizzle. Role play, role play, role play, role play, practice, practice, role play, role play. Correct. What else have you learned today? Find primary interest, dominant buying motive. Yes. So tomorrow we're going to focus in the morning on role playing how to sizzle. And then we're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about closing schematics. We're going to talk about how to get people to sign up on the day. Would anyone like to learn that, yes or no? Yes. Right. You just have to sizzle their hotspots. Do you understand that? You know, if they're not interested in buying property, don't even talk about it. You just sizzle what they want, what their lifestyle needs are. Financial independence is motivated by someone wanting a better life than they have now, isn't it?
Yes.
And you have to really find out what kind of things they want to do if the money was no object. You've got to ask them questions. That's why you're framing it all the way through your presentation. Yes?
What happens, Marco, if you're presenting to an audience?
Yep.
7, 8 people with different buying motives?
Then you would just use 1 or 2 examples. 1 or 2 examples. So for example, yesterday I used the racing car one, right?
Yeah.
I focused on the racing car one, but didn't spend time on any other ones.
But like females may not be attracted to that.
How do you know that?
They may or
How do you know that? So you've got to ask them, you've got to work in their hotspots. In the presentation, you would ask them what you're interested in, which ones you like. Then you can focus and hone in on what areas you need to focus on. And that really works. It really works, gets them interested and excited. And you also need to spend a lot of time proving to people that they can actually make money in this business. This is very important. You know, you've got to show success stories. You've got to show logic of you know, what we talked about today. That commission check for Petronas is 60,000 ringgit. It took 10 hours maybe to close the deal if you look at all the time involved, right? How long would it take you to earn 60,000 ringgit? Normally. Conventionally. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? Would you rather earn 60,000 ringgit in 10 hours or 6 months? Right, so can you see how you can get people, you know, interested in that? Yes or no? Then you can share the story of that person doing it, why they joined this business. Super success story. You know, would you like to benefit from closing a deal of that size? Yes or no?
Yes.
How would you feel if you achieved that? How would you feel if you achieved that deal in your first month? Tell me 3 ways your life would change in the first month of doing this business if you closed a deal of that size. Tell me 3 ways your life would change. There's a common theme running in this training. It's about financial independence. This business is about not having a boss. This business is about making money so you can have a villa on the beach with a desk. Because that's the lifestyle that people dream about, but they never reach it. Because they're always too busy working for other people for a salary. True or not?
Yes.
Every one of you is capable in here of being financially independent in the next 2 years.
Yes.
In the next 1 year.
Yes.
Everybody is capable of doing it because you've got the skills, you've got the motivation, you've got the drive. But to be there, you've just got to do things a little bit better than other people do. You've got to work a little bit longer than other people do in terms of learning things that you need to master. Because don't forget, other people haven't mastered that, what you're mastering. All they've mastered is being an employee. They've mastered being debt. They've mastered repaying debt. They've mastered being, living a life of indentured servitude. Sounds a mouthful, but basically, they've ingrained themselves so much into debt that they're servicing their debts up to 20 years in advance. There are people that have 20 years worth of debts and they cannot repay them before that because they've only got a salary. People are mortgaging their futures because of consumer products. Did you know that? Yes. You know it costs, if you look at labour and hours worked, it costs you 400 hours of work to buy one plasma TV. And that's if you paid cash. If you borrow the money on a credit card, it would cost you 1,500 of labour hours to buy that TV. This statistic is from the Australian Superannuation Department, which is universal around all the world. It's the same kind of thing. Superannuation is the same as EPF, right? So when you work it out, that's what people normally have to do. They have to work hours to get benefit. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes. Because they don't know how to create financial independence. They don't know how to create income streams where they don't have to serve hours of their own time. That's the very sad thing in the world. The sad thing is when people leave school, they get a job and they have to buy things because people want emotional gratification. People want instant gratification of rewarding themselves for working hard. So what they do is they buy plasma TVs, they buy big fridges, they buy nice cars, but they never pay for them when they're working. Buy the latest PC, the latest games, all this kind of stuff, right? They don't leverage it. It's all personal expense and personal debt. So this is what's happening in the world right now. So this is why this is the perfect business to be in, because everybody's experiencing pain. And when you can show them a way out, you've got someone in your business for life because they want to get out of that. And I'm not talking about people who are never necessarily 60 years old. I'm talking about people who are like 35, 40 years old. And they've got so much indentured servitude that what they've got in their own house, they'll never pay for it in their own lifetime. And that's why I said to focus on those slides of statistics that we shared this morning about financial independence out of every 100 people. Talk about AIG being bailed out. Talk about the government bailing out banks. The reason the government does that is because they don't want the population to panic. Because if the banks went bankrupt, what would happen to the system that we live in?
Collapse.
It would collapse. So they print money to protect the system. And the system doesn't serve you. It only serves the system. And you serve the system. So you've got to find something that serves you so you can serve other people as well. And this business helps you to serve other people. You know, even if people want to do it part-time, it doesn't have to be a full-time thing. It can be a part-time thing. But that part-time income is so much more leverageable than trading time for a salary. You know, how would you feel if your client Hoya came back yesterday and ordered 5,000 more vouchers like that, and the agent wasn't even there? How would you feel if that was you? Right. That's the power of this business.
What's the commission like on that?
Huh?
What's the commission on that?
I think the deal value now, that was a Mastermind deal originally, by the way. I know it's what you're talking about, yeah? Well, the first deal was 250,000. The second deal is 500K. The commission on that is around 150,000.
Drops from the sky.
So that's the opportunity we've got, isn't it? And we've seen proof of massive multi-billion-dollar companies like Petronas subscribing to our incentives. So even successful companies subscribe because they want to promote certain things to get better. And if you cannot sell this product, then you want to look in the mirror and go, what's wrong with me? Because you've got all the credibility, you've got all the track record, you've got the performance, you've got the resorts, you've got the agents around you, you've got the support, you've got the training. What other businesses give you this kind of training? I was talking to a lady that used to work for American Express in corporate sales. She'd never even heard of a trial close. Am I right, Lisa? Didn't even know what a trial close was. And that's kindergarten in sales, you know. We have a lot smaller competitors in Asia, but they're very small. They've got no track record, and they sell very few vouchers. And these are people that were, well, a couple were ex-agents of Max Generation.
Copycat.
You decided to try and copy it. Three of them have gone bankrupt. There's one still left that, you know, don't have what we have. Because they have no foundation, they have no track record, they have no financial backup.
So question, so say for example, like say Bajaya,
Yeah.
the conglomerate.
Yes.
Got, you know, hundreds of companies under them.
Yes.
If we approach Bajaya and pitch a proposal to them,
Yeah.
could they come around and say, well, why do we need you? We can use our own vacation club to do this.
They could say that, but don't forget, if they use their own vacation club, they'd have to throw the members out. Because a timeshare club only has so much space. And there's only so much resorts that people, or rooms that they can use. You get what I'm saying? Right? Now, to get the kind of buying power we have and to get the kinds of flexibility we have, they'd have to pay a higher price than what we do. Because we are specialists in what we do, they are not.
So Bajaya Vacation Club, just as an example, yeah, owns their own properties. They're not linked to other non-owned.
They are linked to non-owned properties, but they have to exchange their owned property for a linked property. They can't just get an extra property for free.
So that means their space is limited.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rooms are limited.
I have timeshare, that's a timeshare company, so I have timeshare companies buy from us. Because they use the vouchers for an incentive to get people in to see a presentation by them.
Right.
Okay, so there's opportunities there as well.
Happens, say for example, Old Town has been approached, but the deal has not been closed yet.
Yes.
Is there
That's a
time-
very good question. There is generally, right, a 30-day period if it's going to go further or not.
So is there some commitment they have to sign in a letter to say that they are interested? How would you?
You can't get clients to say that.
Yeah, exactly. So how
Can't do it. Once we've issued a quote, once we've issued a quotation, you cannot touch that for 30 days.
Let's say Petronas, for example, it took 1 year to close.
Yes, but the quotation was a year old.
But you can't touch the quote for 30 days. So
No.
what would happen after that 30 days?
Then we will tell you with the agents if those options are open again.
Marco, but
Yeah.
in Singapore, for us, we have the follow-up,
Yeah,
and one person is controlling the list.
yeah.
So anybody who wants to approach a new company
Has to come to that person, right? Yeah. So that's what we're going to do in Malaysia as well.